Announcer bot is active. Rev 174 from United States is first driving a Porsche 911 GT3 R. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago is P1, driving a BMW Z4. Rev 174 is first. Nathan from Canada is first driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Frederick Amps Up from Italy is second on mediums, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Flair Mouse in Horseshoe is P4. Rev 174 in Left Hook is third. Frederick Amps Up is third. Nathan is P1 on softs. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago in Snake is P4. Nathan is P4. Frederick Amps Up in Back Straight is third. Rev 174 is P2. Nathan in NASCAR Bend is third driving an AMG GT3. Frederick Amps Up in Horseshoe is third. "25 minutes remaining in the session." Ahas 3N from Canada is fourth on mediums, driving a BMW Z4. Flair Mouse is P5. Frederick Amps Up is third driving a AMG GT3. Rev 174 is P1. Best lap is a 155.787. Nathan is P2. Best lap is a 238.114. Rev 174 in Snake is P1. Nathan in South Bend is P2. Flair Mouse is P5 on softs. Frederick Amps Up is P4. Flair Mouse is fourth. Frederick Amps Up in back straight is third driving at AMG. Nathan in Snake is first driving at AMG GT3. Best lap is a 148.381. Frederick Amps Up in Horseshoe is third on mediums. Best lap is a 155.006. AHS3N in Roller Coaster is fourth. Flair Mouse is sixth. Frederick Amps Up in Oak Tree is P3 on mediums. Flair Mouse is P6. Rev 174 in Oak Tree is P2. Best lap is a 152.547. 20 minutes remaining in the session. AHN is fourth. Best lap is a 157.048. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P6 on softs, driving a BMW Z4. Flair Mouse in Horseshoe is P7, driving a Z4. Frederick Amps Up is third. Best lap is a 1:53.757. Buggy in Hog Pen is fifth. Frederick Amps Up in Back Straight is P3. AHS3N is PP5. Josh Fulton from United States is P2 on softs, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Best lap is a 1:50.791. Rev 174 is third. Josh Fulton is second, driving a AMG GT3. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago is P7. Josh Fulton in Hog Pen is P2. Frederick Amps Up from Italy is P-4. Nathan in Back Straight is first. Best lap is a 1:46.447. Rev 174 is P3. Flair Mouse is P6. "15 minutes remaining in the session." Frederick Amps Up is fourth. Rev 174 in South Bend is P3. Best lap is a 1:51.086. Flare Mouse in back straight is P7. Frederick Amps Up is 4th. Cloudy Badger 29 is 8th, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Josh Fulton is P3. Cloudy Badger 29 in back straight is P7. Josh Fulton from United States in roller coaster is 3rd. Flare Mouse is P9. Buggy is 6th. Josh Fulton is 4th. Best lap is a 1:49.516. Cloudy Badger 29 is P8. Deadly D4N 13L from United States is P8, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Cloudy Badger 29 in back straight is 7th. Slappin' in Horseshoe is 10th, driving a BMW Z4. Flare Mouse in Oak Tree is 9th. Deadly D4N13L is 10th. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Buggy in roller coaster is P2. Best lap is a 1:48.875. Cloudy Badger 29 in Snake is 8th. Deadly D4N13L in South Bend is 8th. Rev 174 is P3. Best lap is a 149.253. Slappin is P10, driving a Z4. Cloudy Badger 29 in Hogpen is P9. Buggy from Zimbabwe in back straight is 3rd. Dot. Rev 174 in NASCAR Bend is 2nd. Best lap is a 148.299. Dot dot dot. Buggy from Zimbabwe is 4th. Nathan from Canada in back straight is 1st. Best lap is a 145.721. Flair Mouse is 8th. Nathan is 1st on softs. AHS3N in Hogpen is 5th. Deadly D4N13L is P10, driving a Huracan GT3. Nathan in South Bend is 1st. Josh Fulton in Roller Coaster is P3, driving an AMG GT3. Best lap is a 148.731. Slappin is 9th. Five minutes remaining in the session. Cloudy Badger 29 in Snake is P8. Deadly D4N13L is 10th. Frederick Amps Up in Horseshoe is P6. Deadly D4N13L in back straight is P9. Flare Mouse in Snake is P2. Best lap is a 147.117. Slappin' is 6th. Best lap is a 149.813. Buggy in NASCAR Bend is P5 on mediums, driving a Z4. Best lap is a 148.769. Frederick Amps Up is 8th, driving an AMG GT3. Cloudy Badger 29 in Horseshoe is 10th, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Josh Fulton in back straight is P3. Best lap is a 147.682. Nathan is P1. Frederick Amps Up from Italy is P9. Nathan is P1 on softs. Josh Fulton is 3rd. Buggy in Snake is 6th. Nathan in Horseshoe is 1st. Slappin' is P7. Nathan is P1. Slappin' in back straight is 7th, driving a Z4. AHS3N in Horseshoe is 8th on softs. Best lap is a 150.366. Josh Fulton is P3. Cloudy Badger 29 is 10th. Flair Mouse is P2, driving a BMW Z4. Josh Fulton in back straight is P3. Flair Mouse in roller coaster is P2, driving a Z4. Bass Cannon from United States in Hog Pen is 11th. The qualification session is at Virginia International Raceway in Alton, Virginia, USA. The wind speed is 8 km/h from the north-northwest. Cads from Italy is P3, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. Deadly D4N13L from United States in Horseshoe is P6, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Rev 174 from United States in NASCAR Bend is P8 on softs, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. AHS3N from Canada in Oak Tree is P2, driving a BMW Z4. Deadly D4N13L in Oak Tree is P5. Cads is 8th. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago is 9th, driving a BMW Z4. Flair, Mouse, is up 9.80 in left hook. Flair, Mouse, is up 10.23 in South Bend. Flair, Mouse, is up 6.30 in roller coaster. AHS3N is first driving a Z4. Cloudy Badger 29 is second up, 2560, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Flair Mouse in left hook is P6 up 0.65. Flair Mouse is up 0.51 in South Bend. ASH3N is 7th, up 4.99. Flair Mouse is P3, up 2.91. 25 minutes remaining in the session. AS3N in roller coaster is P6 up 328. Rev 174 in Hog Pen is P1 up 0.39. Rev 174 improved is P1 with a 1:47.590. Nathan from Canada is P6 up 6.51, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Nathan is up 8.00 in back straight. Nathan is up 7.86 in hog pen. Slappin is 5th, driving a BMW Z4. Slappin is up 0.39 in left hook. Josh Fulton from United States is 4th up 0.13, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Nathan is P1 up 0.17. Nathan is up 0.45 in roller coaster. Nathan is provisional pole with a 145.172. Josh Fulton is 5th up 1.38, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. S3N is 11th up 3.59. "20 minutes remaining in the session." Bass Cannon from United States in Snake is P3 up 0.25. Bass Cannon is up 0.75 in Oak Tree. Bass Cannon is up 1.21 in roller coaster. Nathan is provisional pole with a 145.157. Bass Cannon is provisional pole with a 145.134. Rev 174 is 4th up 0.24, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. Rev 174 is up 0.88 in roller coaster. Flair Mouse is 9th. Rev 174 is fourth. Rev 174 improved is fourth with a 146.588, 1.454 off pole. Josh Fulton in back straight is fifth, up 0.61. Josh Fulton is up 1.17 in hog pen. Josh Fulton improved his fifth with a 146.795, 1.661 off pole. HS3N in hog pen is sixth up 0.67. OS3N improved his P6 with a 148.860, 0.3.726 off pole. Rev 174 is fourth up 0.31. Rev 174 improved is P3 with a 146.129, 0.995 off pole. Josh Fulton in back straight is fifth up 1.18. Josh Fulton is up 1.02 in hog pen. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Josh Fulton improved to P3 with a 145.747, 0.613 off pole. AHS3N in hog pen is P7 up 1.49 on softs. Slappin is 8th up 0.16. Slappin is up 0.11 in South Bend. Flare Mouse is 10th on softs. Flare Mouse is up 1.47 in South Bend. Flare Mouse is up 430 in roller coaster. Deadly D4N13L in back straight is 6th. Best lap is a 147.937, 2.803 off pole. Fast Cannon is first. Best lap is a 145.134. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P5 on mediums, driving a BMW Z4. Best lap is a 146.210, 1.076 off pole. Nathan in Horseshoe is second. Best lap is a 145.157, 0.023 off pole. Nathan is up 0.14 in Snake. Cads in Snake is P13. Ayosh El Garito from England in Snake is 5th. Best lap is a 146.147, 1.013 off pole. Flair Mouse is P11 up 1.83. Best lap is a 213.371, 28.237 off pole. 10 minutes remaining in the session. HS3N is P8. AHS3N is up 0.46 in left hook. Cads in Horseshoe is P13, driving a 911 GT3R. AHS3N is 8th up, 0.11. Best lap is a 148.532, 3.398 off pole. Cads Star is 13th, up 4.23. Cads is up 5.99 in back straight. Cads is up 5.35 in hog pen. Cads improved is 11th with a 153.712, 8.578 off pole. Flair Mouse is P12 up 2.37. Ender Spy from Italy is P14, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Buggy in Horseshoe is P6. Ayosh El Garrido in Oak Tree is third up, 0.52. Ayosh El Garrido is up 0.65 in roller coaster. Ayosh El Garrido is provisional pole with a 144.862. Nathan from Canada is third up, 0.19. Buggy in roller coaster is P6 up 0.48, driving a BMW Z4. Five minutes remaining in the session. Buggy improved is P4 with a 145.720. .858 off pole. Ass 3N in back straight is 8th. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago is P12. Frederick Amsup from Italy in Horseshoe is P10, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3. Nathan from Canada is P3. Nathan is up 0.17 in South Bend. Cloudy Badger 29 in NASCAR Bend is 13th up, 0.12. Flair Mouse in Horseshoe is 12th. Cloudy Badger 29 is P13, up 0.34. Flare Mouse in Snake is P12 up 1.25. Flare Mouse is up 0.59 in Oak Tree. Cloudy Badger 29 is 13th, driving a 488. Cloudy Badger 29 improved is P11 with a 151.985. .7123 off pole. Flare Mouse is 13th, driving a Z4. Flare Mouse improved is P9 with a 149.315. .453 off pole. Slappin is P10. Slappin is up 0.18 in Snake. Slappin is up 0.44 in Oak Tree. Slappin is up 0.44 in Roller Coaster. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Flare Mouse is P9 up 234. Flare Mouse improved is 7th with a 146.953, 2.091 off pole. Cadzi in back straight is P13. Best lap is a 153.712, 8.850 off pole. Flare Mouse in Snake is 7th up 0.21. Best lap is a 146.953, 2.091 off pole. Josh Fulton in Horseshoe is P5. Cad's Bot is P13. Bass Cannon in Oak Tree is 2nd. Best lap is a 144.986, 0.124 off pole. The race session is at Virginia International Raceway in Alton, Virginia, USA. The wind speed is 2 km/h from the north-northwest. Ayos El Garito is first. Base Cannon from United States is P2. Nathan from Canada is P3 on softs, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Buggy from Zimbabwe is fourth, driving a BMW Z4. Josh Fulton from United States is P5 on softs, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Rev 174 from United States is P6 on mediums, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. Flair Mouse from Trinidad and Tobago is 7th, driving a BMW Z4. Deadly D4 N13L from United States is P8, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. 45 minutes remaining in the session race start. Ayos El Garito is first. Rev 174 in Horseshoe is P3. Josh Fulton in NASCAR Bend is fourth. Enzo entering the pits is 15th. Bass Cannon in Snake is second. Rev 174 is P3. Base Cannon in Oak Tree is P2. Rev 174 in Back Straight is P3. Ayos El Garito from England in Roller Coaster is P2. Cameron McIntosh exiting pits on hards. Rev 174 in Hog Pen is third. Ayos El Garito is P2, 0.4 behind Bass Cannon. Rev 174 is third. Best lap is a 157.060, 0.911 off the fastest lap. Ayos El Garito is P2, 0.4 ahead of Rev 174. Rev 174 is P3, 0.5 behind Ayos El Garito. Ayos El Garito from England is P2, 0.5 behind Bass Cannon. Rev 174 in Oak Tree is 5th, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R, 0.4 behind Nathan. Ayos El Garito in Back Straight is 2nd, 0.3 behind Bass Cannon. Rev 174 in Roller Coaster is 5th, 0.4 behind Nathan. Ayosh El Garito is P2 driving a Audi, 0.2 behind Bass Cannon. Rev 174 is 5th, 0.5 behind Nathan. Bass Cannon in NASCAR Bend is 2nd, 0.3 behind Ayosh El Garito. Deadly D4N13L in NASCAR Bend is 8th, driving a Huracan GT3, 0.8 behind Josh Fulton. Bass Cannon on lap 3 is P2, 0.6 behind Ayosh El Garito. Bass Cannon passed Ayosh El Garito for P1. Buggy is P5, 0.7 behind Rev 174. 40 minutes remaining in the session. Oz3N from Canada in back straight is 9th, driving a BMW Z4, 0.2 behind Deadly D4N13L. Buggy in roller coaster is 5th, 0.4 behind Rev 174. Buggy was 2.0 faster last lap. AHS3N is 8th. Best lap is a 149.569, 2.1810 off the fastest lap. Buggy is P5, 0.2 behind Rev 174. AHS3N in Horseshoe on lap 4 is P8, 0.4 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy is P5, 0.5 behind Rev 174. Flare Mouse is 10th, driving a Z4, 0.6 behind Deadly D4N13L. Nathan in Oak Tree is 3rd, 0.5 behind Bass Cannon. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P5, 0.8 behind Rev 174. Bass Cannon in roller coaster is 3rd, 0.1 behind Nathan. Buggy in Hog Pen is 5th, driving a BMW Z4, 1.0 behind Rev 174. Bass Cannon is 3rd, 0.4 behind Nathan. Buggy in Horseshoe is P5. Best lap is a 147.334, 1.714 off the fastest lap. Bass Cannon is 3rd, 0.8 behind Nathan. Buggy in Snake is P5. Josh Fulton is 7th, driving a AMG GT3, 0.7 behind Slappin. Cad Z from Italy in Snake is 11th on softs, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R, 0.4 behind Deadly D4N13L. Slappin in back straight is P7 driving a BMW Z4, 1.0 behind Josh Fulton. Rev 174 is P5, 1.5 behind Buggy. Frederick amps up from Italy in back straight is P12 on mediums driving a Mercedes AMG GT3, 0.8 behind Cads. Slappin in Horseshoe is P7, 0.4 behind Josh Fulton. Slappin passed Josh Fulton for 6th. AHS3N in NASCAR Bend is 8th, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. "35 minutes remaining in the session. Rev 174 is 5th, 1.0 behind Buggy. Slappin is P6. Best lap is a 1:48.979. 3.759 off the fastest lap. Slappin lost 7th to Oz3N. AHS3N is P7. Rev 174 in Roller Coaster on lap 6 is 5th, 0.3 behind Buggy. Rev 174 passed Buggy for 4th. Nathan in Horseshoe is P2 on softs, 0.9 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Nathan was 1.0 faster last lap. AHS3N is P7 driving a Z4, 0.6 behind Josh Fulton. AHS3N was 3.3 faster last lap. Nathan is P2, 0.6 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy is P5, 1.4 behind Rev 174. Nathan in back straight is 2nd, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3, 0.6 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy in back straight is P5, 0.9 behind Rev 174. Nathan is P2. Buggy in Hog Pen on lap 7 is 5th, 0.7 behind Rev 174. Nathan is P2. Best lap is a 1:45.220. Buggy in Horseshoe is P5 driving a Z4, 0.4 behind Rev 174. Nathan on lap 8 is P2, 0.8 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy in Snake is 5th, 0.5 behind Rev 174. Nathan in back straight is P3 on softs, 0.5 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Nathan is now second. Buggy in Oak Tree is fifth, 0.3 behind Rev 174. Buggy was 1.7 faster last lap. Buggy is now fifth. Nathan is second. Buggy in Roller Coaster is P5, 0.3 behind Rev 174. Nathan in Horseshoe is P3 on softs, 0.6 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Nathan is now P2. Buggy is fifth, 0.4 behind Rev 174. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Nathan is second, 0.7 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy in Snake is P5, 0.3 behind Rev 174. Nathan in Back Straight is P2, 0.6 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy is P5, driving a Z4, 0.2 behind Rev 174. Buggy is now fifth. Nathan is second, 0.4 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy in Roller Coaster is P5, 0.4 behind Rev 174. Nathan is second, 1.1 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Buggy is P5, 0.6 behind Rev 174. Ender Spy entering the pits is P15. Buggy is now sixth. Nathan is P3. Nathan is now second. Nathan is now P3. Rev 174 in Snake is fifth, 1.0 behind Josh Fulton. Rev 174 was 0.7 faster last lap. Nathan in Back Straight on lap 10 is second, 0.8 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Deadly D4N13L is P10, 1.3 behind Slappin. Ender Spy exiting pits. Nathan in Horseshoe is second on softs, 0.7 behind Ayosh El Garrido. Deadly D4N13L in Roller Coaster is P10 driving a Huracan GT3, 1.1 behind Slappin. HS3N is P7, 0.2 ahead of Flare, Mouse. Nathan in Oak Tree is second, driving an AMG, 0.8 behind Ayash El Garrido. Deadly D4 N13L from United States in NASCAR Bend is P9.8 behind Slappin. Slappin in Snake is P9, 0.1 behind Deadly D4 N13L. Slappin is now P10. Nathan in Horseshoe is second, driving an AMG GT3, 1.2 behind Ayash El Garrido. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Cloudy Badger 29 in back straight is 13th, driving a Ferrari 488 GT3. Nathan is second, 0.9 behind Ayash El Garrido. Slappin is P10. Nathan in Roller Coaster is second, 0.8 behind Ayash El Garrido. The in back straight is 5th, 0.4 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 2.7 faster last lap. As 3N lost P6 to Buggy Base Cannon is P3. Ender Spy entering the pits is 15th. Rev 174 is 5th. Nathan in Left Hook is second, 0.4 behind Ayash El Garrido. Bass Cannon exiting pits. As 3N entering the pits is 7th. Buggy is P5. Nathan in back straight is second, 0.2 behind Ayash El Garrido. Buggy is P5, 1.4 behind Rev 174. Ender Spy exiting pits. Nathan in Hog Pen on lap 13 is P2, 0.4 behind Ayash El Garrido. AHSN is 10th. HS3N exiting pits. HS3N lost 10th to Frederick Ampsup. Buggy in Roller Coaster is P5 driving a Z4, 0.5 behind Rev 174. Buggy was 1.3 faster last lap. Nathan is second, 0.8 behind Ayash El Garrido. Frederick amps up in Snake is 10th on mediums, 0.8 ahead of AHS3N. Frederick amps up lost P10 to AHS3N. CADS Z is P12. CADS exiting pits on softs. Flare Mouse is P7. Rev 174 exiting pits on mediums. Flare Mouse lost P7 to Deadly D4N 13L. Rev 174 is P7, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R, 1.0 behind Deadly D4N 13L. Nathan from Canada is second, 2.1 behind Ayash El Garrido. Nathan entering the pits is second, 20 minutes remaining in the session. AHS3N is 10th. Cameron McIntosh from Australia in left hook is 14th on hards, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3. Best lap is a 151.551, 6.331 off the fastest lap. Nathan exiting pits on softs. Nathan is P4. Rev 174 from United States is P7, 0.7 behind Deadly D4 N13L. Nathan is P4, driving an AMG GT3, 0.3 behind Buggy. Buggy was 31.9 faster last lap. Rev 174 on lap 15 is P7, 1.0 behind Deadly D4N 13L. Buggy in Oak Tree is P4. Best lap is a 145.990, 0.770 off the fastest lap. Buggy passed Nathan for P3. Ayash El Garrido is P1. AS3N is P10, driving a BMW Z4. Cloudy Badger 29 exiting pits. Ayash El Garrido is first. Ayash El Garrido exiting pits. Ayash El Garrido lost P1 to Josh Fulton. Rev 174 is 7th. Cameron McIntosh exiting pits on softs. Buggy in NASCAR Bend is P3, 0.9 behind Ayash El Garrido. Rev 174 is 7th. Buggy in South Bend is 3rd, 1.4 behind Ayash El Garrido. Buggy was 33.4 faster last lap. Rev 174 on lap 16 is 7th, 0.7 behind Deadly D4N 13L. Frederick amps up, entering the pits is P12. Bass Cannon in back straight is 4th. Frederick amps up, exiting pits on mediums. Deadly D4N13L from United States in back straight is P6, 1.0 ahead of Rev 174. Rev 174 is 7th. Best lap is a 147.271, 2.051 off the fastest lap. Nathan, in Hog Pen on lap 16 is 7th, 0.8 behind Rev 174. Rev 174 was 20.5 faster last lap. Flair, Mouse is P8. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Slappin is P9. Nathan in NASCAR Bend on lap 17 is P7, 0.6 behind Rev 174. Rev 174 is P6, 0.7 ahead of Nathan. Slappin exiting pits. Nathan in South Bend on lap 17 is 7th, 0.6 behind Rev 174. Flair, Mouse exiting pits. Base Cannon in Hog Pen is 4th. Rev 174 in back straight is P6. Bass Cannon from United States is 3rd, 0.8 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton exiting pits on softs. Nathan is P6. Base Cannon on lap 18 is 3rd, 0.1 behind Buggy. Base Cannon passed Buggy for 2nd. Buggy from Zimbabwe in South Bend is 3rd, 0.4 behind Bass Cannon. Bass Cannon was 6.6 faster last lap. Deadly D4N13L is P7. Deadly D4N13L exiting pits. Nathan is P6 driving an AMG, 0.7 behind Rev 174. Os 3N is P8. Nathan in back straight is 6th, 0.8 behind Rev 174. Rev 174 in roller coaster is P6 on mediums, 0.6 behind Nathan. Slappin exiting pits. Cloudy Badger 29 in Hog Pen is P13. Cameron McIntosh is 12th on softs. Cameron McIntosh exiting pits on softs. Cads SAR is P11. Deadly D4N13L is 7th. Nathan is P5. Pixel Ghost entering the pits is 17th. Flare Mouse is 9th. Rev 174 in back straight is 6th, 0.6 behind Nathan. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Buggy exiting pits. Cadzi from Italy and Oak Tree is P11. Rev 174 is P6, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R, 0.5 behind Nathan. Cads .in roller coaster is 11th. Rev 174 is P6 on mediums, 0.4 behind Nathan. Deadly D4N13L in NASCAR Bend is P7. Rev 174 in Oak Tree is 6th, 0.4 behind Nathan. Nathan in back straight is 5th, 0.4 ahead of Rev 174. Rev 174 is 6th, driving a 911 GT3R, 0.8 behind Nathan. Nathan is P5, 0.3 ahead of Rev 174. Rev 174 in Horseshoe is P6, driving a 911 GT3R, 0.4 behind Nathan. Cloudy Badger 29 is 13th. AHS3N in Hogpen is 8th, 0.6 ahead of Flare Mouse. Flare Mouse was 4.9 faster last lap. Flare Mouse in Roller Coaster is 9th. Rev 174 in back straight is P6, 1.2 behind Nathan. Cloudy Badger 29 is 13th. Rev 174 is 6th, 1.4 behind Nathan. Frederick amps up is P14, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Rev 174 from United States is P6, 1.5 behind Nathan. Cameron McIntosh is 12th. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Rev 174 in back straight is 6th, 1.2 behind Nathan. Nathan was 1.2 faster last lap. Frederick amps up in horseshoe is 14th. Cameron McIntosh in back straight is 12th. Rev 174 in NASCAR Bend is P6, 1.5 behind Nathan. Aha's 3N in roller coaster is 8th. Best lap is a 148.020, 3.268 off the fastest lap. IOACE El Garrito is P1. Bass Cannon is P2. Cads is P11, driving a Porsche 911 GT3R. Rev 174 is P6, 2.2 behind Nathan. Buggy in NASCAR Bend is P4. Ender Spy entering the pits is P15. Dina Saz entering the pits is P16. Cad Ziz in left hook is P11. Slappin is P10. Flair, Mouse exiting pits. Ender Spy exiting pits on softs. Frederick amps up in back straight is P14. Cloudy Badger 29 in horseshoe is P13. Josh Fulton on lap 25 is P3. Rev 174 is P6 on mediums, 1.6 behind Nathan. Bass Cannon in roller coaster is P2. Ayash El Garrido exiting pits. The leader has just finished the race. Ayash El Garrido finished P1. Bass Cannon finished second. Flare Mouse finished P9. Cloudy Badger 29 is P13. Josh Fulton finished P3. Buggy finished P4. Cloudy Badger 29 finished 13th. Nathan finished 5th. Slappin finished P8. Rev 174 finished P6. Frederick Amps Up finished P-14. Cats finished 10th. Deadly D4N 13L finished 7th. Endersp Cameron McIntosh finished P11.